College football playoffs dropped in the top 10 again, and we got teams are finally weeding out, but there's been some movement at the top, and Georgia has jumped to number one. Is that rightfully so, or college the CFP is they sucking?
I'll say due to the fact how they handled Ole Miss, they ran them over. They ran the boys over. Now, was Ole Miss even that good to start off with?
Who knows?
Who knows? But they had the number 9 rank, and that's what they did to them. They demolished them boys. So I respect it. I respect it.
I think I respect number 1. I respect number 2. And I respect number 4. My only problem with number 3 is after like Georgia being there, I think the only time they're going to get bumped is when they lose an SEC championship. Roll Tide. Here we go. But the problem is with Michigan, it's not me. I just know that the way the world is going to react, if Michigan makes the football playoff, however they perform, we're going to complain about the cheating. So why are we giving them a slap on the wrist when we could at least easily just ban them from being eligible to make the top 4?
Have we seen something like this before?
No. Go ahead.
We have on the NFL level.
The weird thing is, though, is like the fact that they suspended him. They suspended Jim in the middle. Like, they still have no evidence. So, like, they're 1 foot in, 1 foot out with it. So it's like, y'all need to either punish the team or not. Like, suspending Jim for 3 games is like, it's invalid, especially if it's gonna be inconclusive. Like, it's just a cover up. It looks silly.
Was it 3 games, or did they change it until they finally make a verdict?
The rest of the
regular season, yeah. So he'd be back for the Big Ten championship, which they could likely make, considering
likely is a stretch.
They're a cheat code, bro. We're gonna beat them until they get to the playoff.
They're not getting to the Big Ten championship without throwing the ball in the second half. It's not gonna work.
Yeah, and then they pull. Yeah. I'm glad you brought that up because they're acting like we give them extra credit for doing that. That's your choice. You choose to play football, you want to play football. You get no extra. You get no cookies.
Yeah, just because Penn State has no offense. You feel me? Like,
yeah,
Penn State was selling Coach Franklin. It's like, I don't know. Like, I feel like Penn State might need to reevaluate that situation too, because he's a great coach until it's time to play Ohio State and Michigan year in and year out. And I don't know. They might want to reevaluate that situation, but that's a.
So, do you think y'all need to reevaluate your coach? Because he's a great coach until he plays Michigan every year.
I mean, he was beating Michigan until the cheating allegations came up.
Oh, he never beat Jim Harbaugh.
I said Michigan. I know he didn't beat Jim Harbaugh. Jim Harbaugh was the one cheating.
I'm talking about your coach.
Ryan Day's been there for 5 years. Michigan just started winning the last 2 years.
I'm talking about him as a head coach. Let's not do that.
Again, once the cheating allegations started, that's when Michigan started winning.
Allegations.
Bro.
Is this camera on? Is this live? Is this live?
Bro,
it's literally
allegations. You literally said there's no evidence. Didn't you say that?
That's like never mind.
No, go ahead.
Go ahead. You gotta say it. You gotta say it unless you go.
I cannot.
You're making the mic hot.
I can't say it.
Making the mic hot.
He's gonna have to delete the whole episode. But people, we've seen people fall to allegations. When the evidence is there, it's there. I'm just gonna leave it at that.
This camera on me. Quit playing. I didn't cheat. It's not me. I'm fighting for my life.
That's crazy, right? But with all that being said, who do y'all think is more likely to squeeze in? Let's just say Georgia, Florida State went out, Ohio State, Michigan. One of them is going to fall. So what team do y'all think is more likely to squeeze into that 4th spot?
Let me ask you this.
Barring only one Big Ten school makes it.
Let me ask you this, because they've been struggling. Would y'all be okay with Washington jumping Florida State?
I think Florida State will bump up and Washington will make it in.
If Washington wins this week, it's not ridiculous to say that because, like I said, Washington done been through the ringer. They done beat 3 top 25 teams, and they got a 4th one this week against Oregon State.
Mm-hmm. And then Florida State over there struggling with no ranked teams, week in and week out.
Yeah.
So it's not if they gonna let Georgia jump Ohio State, it's only right.
I think Washington should be able to jump. But then again,
Washington has like 2 wins that clears Florida State's whole schedule. Oregon and Utah.
But then again, do you want to see a Pac-12 team in the college football?
I don't want to see a Pac-12 team. I don't want to see a Big 12 team, and I'm glad they're blowing those conferences up. Because until they play other people, they won't learn how to play defense, bro. It sucks.
That's cool. But wouldn't you want to see the Heisman in the CFP?
That's true. That's true.
Huh?
When you say it last year?
Because he shitted the bucket in the championship game.
Here's the thing about Michael Penix. Here's the thing about all Pac-12, Big 12 football players. Great players. Power 5, something crazy. But because your conference literally like plays football on air every Saturday because there's no defense. When y'all play Georgia, y'all play Ohio State. The only reason why y'all can beat Michigan is because Michigan can't cheat, so they can't win. That's what happened last year.
No, you talking about TCU?
Yeah, when Michigan had to play TCU, they had to play fair, and we see what happened. Cheaters never win, winners never cheat.
Patriots.
They can't hang. So, like, when you look at like the best Big 12, Pac-12 performance that I've seen is from Oklahoma with Baker Mayfield. They kept up, but they couldn't keep
to what the halftime
out of the end zone. No, I'm talking about years ago. Like they couldn't keep them out of the end zone. They couldn't stop the run. It went to overtime, and eventually they got stopped to a 3-point field goal. I think Sonny Michel scored on the second play in overtime. Like it's too easy to score on Big 12 and Pac-12. So it's like, yeah, they can make it, but Michael Penix better get ready to throw for 7 touchdowns because that's how many they're giving up.
Yeah. I mean, and they can do it. Michael Penix, he leads the nation, in explosive plays such as plays 15 or 20 yards.
All it takes is 1 or 2 stops. Game over.
15 or 20 yards down the field. So like it's definitely feasible. I think if they clear their schedule, they definitely deserve to be in Washington.
I do too.
Oregon, they want to get Oregon in so bad because they're probably gonna have to play Washington again in the championship game.
The other problem that be with those teams is, well, what were we watching? Was it USC in Washington when they were going back and forth?
Yeah,
bro. When you play a Big Ten and a SEC team, even a Clemson, bro, they're not throwing the ball like you, so they're running out the clock. You're not getting that many opportunities to score.
No time.
You're not getting that opportunities to score.
No time.
So you mess up, you slip up once, bro, it's over for it, bro.
Yeah.
And then Florida State winning out is not guaranteed. They got to play Louisville, likely in the championship. And if Louisville,
they're not on the same side. They're not in the same division. Oh, okay.
If Louisville wins out, that's another conversation to be had as well.
Don't they have a bad L? Who's their L2?
Pitt, is it Pitt? Yeah, Pitt.
Bad L.
Pitt sucks. Pitt sucks.
Considering Alabama is so low right now, the only reason I bring up Alabama is because it's not too many teams playing football better than Alabama right now.
If Alabama wins out, they're in. They beat Georgia, they're in.
They would have to be. Because if you keep them out of it.
So, whoa. So, if they went out, you got to keep Georgia in there. Winner, Michigan, Ohio State stay in there. Who's that? You got Alabama, Georgia, Michigan, or
Yeah,
Ohio State. Who's the fourth?
Which is why I said they should have
I
been
think.
banned.
I think.
It's
I
not
think.
fair.
I think. I actually like the Pac-12. Washington over Florida State. If Washington wins out, they have to jump Florida State.
Fair.
Especially after what went down this week as far as Georgia jumping. Obviously, Georgia smacked the wheels off of Ole Miss, but Baron, they're letting teams jump. Washington's resume will be better than Florida State's. Like I said, they have 3 top 25 wins right now and got a chance to get 2 more. If they clear that, they're definitely deserving of the spot.
Yeah.
Missouri, they're chopped. They're out the race.
Call it.
Texas, it's looking chopped for them just because even if they do win out, they don't have enough left on their schedule to catapult anybody. So they're going to need help. But I feel like teams that control their destiny is Alabama, Washington, at least the teams outside of the top 4 that control their destiny. Yeah. Washington, I say Oregon as well. Washington, Oregon, Alabama, and Louisville's not enough. But those 3 teams control their own destiny.
The ACC don't have divisions no more?
I'm not against those, and it's a shame that it's only 4 this year. But the reason why it's going to be difficult is because the college football playoff doesn't want to do what should be done. If Michigan is gone, bro, it'll be the clearest picture ever. But because Michigan and Ohio State will play each other, what you're saying is if Michigan wins, Ohio State deserves to get kicked out of the top 4 from a team that had to cheat to win. And then if Michigan loses, you're basically saying we're going to put a team in that should have been in there the whole time because they cheated.
Yeah, if Michigan lose, they might kick them out the top 10 just to make
a point.
It's just gonna make everything easy. It's gonna make everything easy for whoever's in charge because it's like, it's gonna play itself out. So they're they want Ohio State to win, so it makes everything easier as far as dealing with Michigan and handling out a disciplinary action.
If they do
win, then they're gonna have to put their foot down.
Put them in. Yeah.
The only people who want Michigan in the playoff are Michigan fans.
Yeah, that cheating, bro. It's clear as day, bro. Because TCU sucks, and there's no reason they should have smacked them like that,
bro. It was the clearest. It was the clearest adjustment. Stop leaving your corner 1-on-1 with him, bro. It's like 3 plays in a row.
He didn't know what route he was going to run.
Nah, that doesn't matter. There was a fly every time. Go green bean.
I don't know why you're denying this.
51 points to Max Duggan is crazy. It's crazy work.
Because it don't make sense. If you stealing signs, once week 6, 7 come around, you have a possibility of 3-4 teams that you're probably going to have to play in the college football playoffs. If you was cheating, if you were cheating, you just send them to everybody.
Nobody expected
TCU make it.
Bro, I'm saying there was a clearer picture back then. We didn't want to see it, but their record was how they were playing was showing it.
Bro, TCU is so off the map on rankings. People don't even know what TCU stand for.
Just as Christian University.
Yeah, because you're a fan.
No, because of LaDainian Thomas.
Again, you're a fan.
LaDainian Thomas.
I'm gonna let you rock on that name. I'm gonna let you rock.
Too many syllables.
Yeah, bro.
Too many syllables.
There's no preparing for TCU. You didn't know TCU was going to be there. And they lost in the Big 12 championship. I don't even know how they made it. But because nobody knew how they made it, couldn't prepare. You couldn't cheat. So you got beat in the back alley. But yeah, man. It's going to be interesting to see. Michigan, Ohio State will be the biggest game. This might be the biggest game of the rivalry because of the backstory.
Yeah, and it's going to look different this time. This is This is a new a different. This Ohio State team has a different identity than previous teams, so it's gonna be an interesting game to see. But we can call round on that. Push the conversation forward. Get into those professionals.